So aren't there wives' tales about this kind of thing, like how to tell if somebody that's pregnant is going to have a girl or a boy? Like it's the way the baby sits in the stomach. Are you getting it right?
Yeah, they like apparently it has to do with like morning sickness. Heavier morning sickness, I believe, indicates girl. If a woman loses her beauty, they say that's if you are having a girl.
You had a boy.
Huh?
You
are on one today. While you're pregnant, a-hole. Wait, now I'm looking up to make sure I know what I'm talking about.
I think it's afterwards, too.
It is not!
They like suck the life out of you.
Isn't there like a piece of twine? Like if you put a piece of twine over a woman's stomach, if it goes one way, it's a dude. If it's another way, it's a girl.
Yeah, something like that. So if the mother experiences severe morning sickness, it's a girl. If she craves sweets, it's a girl. While salty or savory cravings, it's a boy. The shape of the belly, high and round for a girl, low and oval for a boy. The baby's heart rate can also determine it. The mother's mood swings, moodiness indicates a girl, even temperament, a boy. And then there is one that was like, yeah, if you are looking rough during your pregnancy, you might be having a girl.
That can't be right. I feel like if you want to watch football and monster trucks, you've got a boy. And if you want to watch RuPaul's Drag Race, it's probably a girl.
Jackson says, look, anybody has the ability to be able to tell if someone is going to have a boy or girl. We all have it. We just haven't tapped into it.
That is my running theory, okay? Which is interesting because you brought up all of these things that are obviously about the mother carrying the child and symptoms that you might be able to tack on as if you're going to have a boy or a girl. But my standing theory is that you can actually tell if you're going to have a boy or a girl based on the father, okay? I think, and this is purely conjecture on my end, that you can tell just based on a guy's the dad's vibe of if they are a boy dad or a girl dad. Does that make sense?
Nope.
Does not make sense at all.
Define the vibe, though. Like, what are the differences in the vibes that would procure them to have a certain gender?
Well, let's take the two examples of parents that we have in studio here.
Yes.
Okay, you got me, who has a boy. You've got Kristen that has a boy.
You guys, you give off boy dad energy, in my opinion. Okay.
So therefore, I would have that Stacey would have had two boys,
and it has nothing to do with your masculinity or anything. I just think that that you can just kind of tell. So another example, Kobe Bryant is a girl dad, but I feel like I could have seen girl dad in him through and through even before having his children.
No, because everybody expected him to give birth to the next Kobe Bryant.
Well, everyone wants to think that, but I think if you really think deeply about it and you think about it a lot, he gives off girl dad energy.
Well, let's think about this,
because his daughter was an exceptional basketball player.
That's actually so true.
Now let's think about this with Bart, because I think that Jackson's theory might hold true when it comes to Bart.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to pick up what you're putting down. Now, technically, it is the sperm that decides if it's going to be male or female, because the egg is always an X chromosome. It's the sperm that either has the X or the Y. So it technically is the male's stuff that decides. I am so medical and technical right now. It's the male's junk that decides if it's going to end up being male or female. Okay. But as far as a vibe, like looking at dudes and telling, I was leaning towards boy because Bart's mom had 7 boys.
But it's not a look you're talking. I think I'm buying what it.
It's not necessarily a look. It doesn't have anything to do with masculinity or athleticism. Like if they love football so much and they want to have a kid, like Travis Kelce, for example, if him and Taylor Swift have a kid, it's going to be a girl.
That's a girl dad energy.
It's 100% a girl.
Yes.
Right?
How about your dad? What was your dad like?
My dad is very my dad is very typical dude. Like he's just he loves golf and he loves Gator football and he loves just hanging out and grilling with the boys. Like he's just kind of even keeled. And I guess the history in his family is everyone's had boys or girls. So I guess you could have made the prediction that he would be split down the middle because I have an older brother.
Yeah, because Abby's dad has two of the different genders. What about Chad, Cassie's husband? They have a boy and a girl.
I think that you fall maybe closer to the middle there. Or, of course, this is not an exact science here because I think my dad honestly gives off more girl dad energy, but there's 2 boys in our family. But I think that generally speaking, and I'm just like, when I think about celebrities and people especially like my girlfriend's siblings have just recently had kids, and there was always text going around in the group chat of what do you predict that they're going to have, and everyone nailed it for both of them.
So it's interesting because I think that I have evolved over the years. So if I was like Mick Jagger and still pumping out kids, I think I had more of a masculine attitude and energy back in the day, but now I would say I would be a girl dad.
I think that's fair. Do you guys feel looking at me like I'm crazy?
like you're out of your mind.
I mean, it's an interesting theory.
When anybody use the word interesting, that's not good.
I don't think there's any credibility.
Okay.
You're literally just running off vibes. Like, what?
That is exactly this.
You're like, what's the vibe of this sperm?
All right, well, let's test this, okay? So Pete Davidson, I don't think they've revealed the gender of their upcoming baby, okay?
Yeah.
What energy do you guys think that he gives off?
Girl dad.
Girl dad.
Girl dad.
Agreed.
Yes.
All right, well, let's see.
Okay. All right. Do you have any others that we can predict?
That's the one that we're going with. Pete Davidson is the golden child of this theory.
This will prove everything, right or wrong, okay?
All right, so we need to mark this segment and this time for whenever Abby does her entertainment buzz and Pete Davidson and his girlfriend have their baby.
Okay.
And depending on what the sex of the baby is, we will see if we were right about Jackson's whole vibe there. And we're not going to do like some kind of huge research. We're not going to have like a giant pool of test subjects. It's literally just going to be Davidson.
Just vibes and Pete Davidson.
It's all on Pete Davidson. All right, stay tuned.
Okay.
Good luck with your Pete Davidson theory.
The Bert Show.